trying to handle it.
Okay. You're not specific, and Philip, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times to get an answer out of you. I ask for specifics, and you don't send specifics. It's a big project. There are a lot of details, and we have situations where we've requested information that's not been handled, and that's why Lorraine and I cannot both spend all this time on this. Okay.
Okay. Well, with these last-minute requests, yesterday and on Friday.
Philip, welcome to the world of being a promotion producer at Fox 7.
No.
What you're experiencing now is what everyone has gone through, and you're experiencing it now. That's what I have to say about that.
No, what this feels like is creative termination.
That's your,
What this feels like is that either I'm being hounded into quitting, or this is creative termination for trying to buy something. I don't appreciate that. I'm handling this situation as best as I can. This project's been ready since October.
No, it hasn't been ready since October. It's gone through a lot of revisions.
It's been a lot of revisions, yes.
Yeah. If this is your, Philip, I don't know what to say to you about it other than it needs to get done, and you need to follow instructions, and you need to be detailed, and you need to prove the trust your handling of the situation.
Yes, harassing the client is not going to get
They're
your
not
results.
a client. It's a location that you want to shoot
Yes,
at.
I treat them like a client. Okay, because
okay. What if they say no? Do you have Plan B?
Yes, I have all those other places I'm looking at. But you guys just are focused on coffee, so I'm waiting to hear back, and I'm going to be communicating with this person. So don't worry. Just let me handle it.
Philip, let me shut the door. Lorena wants this project to succeed, and she wants you to succeed as a result. It will be a big reflection on you as well as her. She's trying really hard to work with you to make it succeed. Okay? That is her intention. Her intention is not to creatively terminate you. Her intention is not to harass you. Her intention is to make sure this project looks good and comes off without a hitch and wastes as little time as possible for everybody involved.
Well, all those emails are wasting my time.
Well,
because I'm having
to remind you to do things is wasting her time.
She doesn't have to write a litany, a long list, just to remind me of things.
I don't know, Philip. I have the same experience. I have had the same experience. Lorena is extremely detail-oriented. She has a great relationship with working with the Hub. She understands what they want. She understands what they need. Okay? Mm-hmm. Take her advice on how to deal with to do it.
She is not a graphic designer.
You aren't either.
Yes, I am.
No, I haven't seen that, Philip. I haven't seen that you're a graphic designer. That's not your job here.
Okay.
I remember when you did your graphics and I told you that they needed to be redone. I've had to have you redo graphics numerous times with an artist because I didn't like the design that you had chosen. This is, you fight every step of the way when you should be thankful and cooperative and be, instead of being so focused on that we're trying to creatively terminate you, you should be working toward making it good instead of dwelling on the negative. You dwell on the negative. You do.
I don't dwell on the negative. I'm trying to get things done, and I keep getting stuff piled on at the last minute when there's so much pressure to get the topicals done. When there's so much pressure to
Philip, I have
get
pretty much worked on your topicals for you the past 2 days.
Yes, I do appreciate that.
So I don't want to hear that the topicals
and I
are
do
not
appreciate
an excuse.
that. But when I told her that I just came back from 3 hours of walking all over town, and I didn't even take a lunch, it didn't even register with her. She still forced the situation with RFS.
Because she is the best RFS enterer I have seen at our station. Her RFSs are held up as an example by the Hub of what works for them and what they need to see. Okay? That is why she's directing you on the RFS. And instead of saying, okay, I get it, thanks for helping me get this request done, you fight it. And say, oh no, they know what they're talking about. Okay? I don't know what else to say about that, Philip. I'm explaining to you now why she's being so persistent about the RFS.
Okay. Right now, I need to stop being hounded on this situation. I'm working on it. I need to get moving on it, I like to get this storyboard out of the way today. Unless you want me to go out and storyboard with shoot.
You can't storyboard because you don't have the location confirmed.
Well, you guys want to go to... Okay. So, but you want to shoot tomorrow?
It's not...
So, you're forcing the situation before it's even there, and you're giving me orders that I have to do it. So, something has to give. I have to... Let me handle the situation with coffee. I'm pretty sure they're very receptive. I'm going to get to that. Then we can scout. I'll let them know what days are available and all that once we get in communication. These things take a little time in the intercommunication with...
Yes, Philip, I have gone to numerous locations and shot. I'm not sure why it's, you know... Yes, you have to get permission to shoot it. But why don't you, if you would just list out what you're doing, then we wouldn't have to ask what you're doing. That's the deal. That's why I ask you to be specific. Because then Lorraine wouldn't have to go in and say, what about this, what about this, what about this, what about this? If you would just list out what you're doing, it shows me
it takes
and it shows
time away from my day.
This is taking time away from your day.
No, you know what? Storyboarding once is good enough. Going back, scouting again, getting specific pictures every time, twice already, 3 times now, and having to assemble it takes about half a day. It took a lot of time away from my day when I was trying to work with other projects.
I asked the works the shot went, and he said that storyboard made all the difference in the world.
I directed them on something that was off script, and that worked out better because I saw that shot, the long shot that helped blend it all together.
Okay, Philip, I'm I've tried to explain to you.
These are just pretentious fancies of how you think you want to do a shoot. This is not how it actually happens. How it happens is you're on the shoot, you get the person who knows what to see, who knows what they're saying, and you get them assembled.
Okay.
I've been doing that for a long time, and I've never had a failure on that.
We're asking you to be a little bit more organized and show what you're doing, because we don't want you to come back. Don't want it to come back, Philip. Here's the deal. We don't want it to come back and not be something and not be.
There's always going to be something you want to pick on. There's always going to be something you guys are going to pick on, and I don't know. It just.
I'm going to repeat myself again. Lorena's intention is not to harass you, and it's not to creatively terminate you. It is to make sure that you do a good job and that we are all happy with the outcome.
Okay.
Okay.
Then she can start, but not hounding me.
Okay. Then Philip, you can start by confirming your details of what you're doing, like as requested, so that she doesn't have to hound you. Okay.
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 All right. Because her suggestions turn to orders. What she says is suggestion always becomes order.
Because you ignore it.
What's a suggestion if not to accept as a possibility, but you can disregard it as well. That's what a suggestion is. If it's an order, just order it. You know, it doesn't make sense why I have to replace pizza. It doesn't matter what the pizza. It doesn't matter about the burrito. The whole point is to make Siri look like it screws up all the time. It doesn't matter if it has...
Sometimes, Philip, the copy that sometimes I read the copy too, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense. And what would be so difficult about replacing that line in that copy and just moving on from it? Okay, what would be so difficult about doing that? About following that instruction and doing it? I'm the one that asked for it. Okay, I'm the one that asked for it.
Who orders a breakfast burrito? That delivers.
You know, think about something. Your breakfast will be, you can pick up your order. You can pick up your order. Your order will be ready for pickup in 15 minutes. That's what you do with breakfast tacos. You pick up your order in 15 minutes. Problem solved. Okay? Problem solved.
Okay.
Really? Does that not address your question and solve your problem about the copy?
Okay.
Your order will be ready to pick up in 15 minutes. Instead of your pizza will be delivered in 30 minutes. Your order will be ready for pickup in 15 minutes. Done. Solution. Move on. Some of the things that it's.
I want you to know, I really appreciate you helping me, and I've been noticing that. You've been helping me a lot. But I cannot take this continuous hounding as far as what I'm doing.
Okay, the way that you can avoid the hounding is to thoroughly communicate what you're doing, answer the questions, and do what you're being asked to do in terms of the RFS request.
And as you saw, I answered her questions. She came back with more and says, you can do this and this and this and this and this. And I've done my due diligence. I can't write down every detail just to satisfaction. It's going to continue on in this cycle.
Philip, again, Lorena's trying to help you, and she wants you to succeed on this project. And a lot of the questions that she asks you are things that I send back to her. After I read it, I ask questions, okay? Because I eliminated myself so that all three of us are sitting here and discussing every single detail. Lorena will manage the project. She will communicate with you what to do. Some of the things that she's communicating and some of the things that she's asking are things that I have asked her to confirm. So it's not just Lorena, okay? It is me too, but I remove myself from that daily thing because there's no need to tie up both of us with everything and so that you had to just communicate with her, okay? That's why I did that. I thought it would streamline the process. But a lot of the things she's asking you and she's asking you to confirm are things that I have asked her about because that's the way I set up the process. So do not blame it all on her. She's trying to help you as well.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. All right. Right now, I'm going to stay in communication, see if she responded. The copy. I'll be in communication. If she does agree, I'm going to go down and shoot. Then I'll try to assemble a storyboard. Hopefully we'll have time for that. Is that acceptable?
I'm lost in the detail of exactly what you're talking about, Philip.
Right now we have...
I don't read every single word of all the millions of emails that are going back and forth. Because I don't.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
Okay?
But that's where I am right now.
Okay.
Okay, is that acceptable?
I don't know, Philip, what you're supposed to do today. I asked you to spell it out, and then y'all went back and forth and back and forth. And I don't know what you want me to tell you right now about what you're doing today.
Okay, you want me to communicate with Lorena on
Yes,
that?
yes.
Okay,
I want
I'll
you
do
to
that right
communicate
now.
with Lorena. But I want you to understand that some of her hounding is her, is me questioning some things, and that she really is trying to help you and make sure this project is a success to high standards. Okay?
Okay. Right now, this is going to happen.
Okay.
I'm going to get into communication with her. I'm waiting for her to respond.
Who's that?
I'm sorry. Copy.
Okay.
She's
Great.
communications director.
Great.
She's
that's
busy.
awesome.
She's going to get in contact. Just
So you've already had previous conversations with her?
No, I just sent out a preliminary email. You just let her work. I'll work this.
Okay, that's great. That's fine.
Okay.
Just get it. We need to make it
Okay.
at 4:30.
Okay. Well, we might get it sooner. If we do
That's
get it
great.
sooner,
That's awesome.
I'm going to go take him down there. Well, actually, I got to check if he's available today. Take him to do the storyboard, and if we have time, I'll do the storyboard. That's my plan for today.
Why? I thought you got pictures already.
No. I got photo snaps. Remember, I didn't have a subject when I was walking all around town looking for a location.
I think that.
The only thing I got was from.
Okay. Just so for future, for time efficiency, when you go to a location, it doesn't matter if you have a subject or not.
I took multiple pictures.
Okay.
But it's hard to do without a subject.
Please let me finish. Take pictures of your shot. All right. You don't need a stand-in to always do that. Because we've already been through the first round of this, if you would have been efficient and taken the photos of your shot, that would have probably been enough. you know, because we've gone through certain things that you know now. So, just for next time, it's just more time efficient to do it while you go the first time. There's really no need to go twice, you know. So
I had 4 different locations I had to go to. It took me 3 hours of walking around town.
I don't need to hear, like, this is you know, this, we've already been through this, so you know how to do a storyboard, you know, and if he doesn't have time to go with you today, because he's pretty booked too, you know, you're just going to need to figure it out when you go to the location, okay?
Lorena, again,
you don't need a stand-in to go.
3 hours walking around town.
I'm just saying, when you go today, and if you have time to go today, you still have a lot to do. You don't need a stand-in, you know? If he can't go with you, then you need to work around that.
You would want to lecture me after the fact on...
I'm telling you before you go.
Okay. Anyways, so if available, I could take them.
That's great. If you can go, that's great.
Okay.
You know?
And we'll try to get a storyboard for today. That's my plan for today.
Okay.
Okay?
So that's the storyboard you're working on.
Yes, well, I'll have to work on that now. Okay? I was planning to work on the one, but
well,
actually...
we need to send...
Okay, I'll send you the photos. I'll send you the photos.
So we can make sure...
What we have.
Because why do all this work if it's not
Okay,
going to work?
I will send you the photos of what we have. And if everything works well, is available for tomorrow. We can't confirm it yet with the coffee. We gotta make sure.
Yeah, that's totally understandable.
So, we'll just play it by ear with them and see what we can do.
Well, you need to have a plan B in place because you need to shoot tomorrow. So, while you're waiting for them...
you still have to drink coffee.
Yes, listen. While you're waiting for coffee to call it back, have a plan B and call them and tell them, you know, hey, is it possible for me to shoot there, you know, and then if you don't hear from, you know, by, let's say, 3:30 after the lunch rush, then call this other place and confirm with them. You need to have a plan B in place because you have to shoot tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay?